I'm here again, and welcome back to part 2 of the refurb on this Encore bass guitar. What I've done so far is I've conditioned the fretboard. So you remember what it looked like part 1, it looked pretty bad, and I've reconditioned that and lemon oil on it, etc. I've cleaned up the machine heads, cleaned up the body, and I've begun restringing this guitar. Interesting, one other thing I did was I lightly took very, very fine steel wool to the neck to make it just that much more speedy to move up and down. Okay, right, so interesting thing about this guitar is when I got it, you remember if you look at part 1 you see the story of how I got this guitar in Wales, and somebody before I had it had tuned it an octave too high, so it actually tuned it same as a regular guitar, not a bass guitar. Bass guitar is tuned 1 octave lower than a regular acoustic guitar or electric guitar. They tried tuning it an octave higher, so little wonder that the bottom E string actually snapped, believe it or not. Fortunately, it did not damage the guitar. When I got it, I was wondering why the neck looked bent out and looked bowed. I thought it needed a neck job, but actually once I released the tension, then the neck came back into shape quite nicely. So here it is. I've put 3 strings on already, and I was going to show you putting on the D string, but actually as it happened I messed up the recording. I've got 1 more string to go, which is the G string. Strings on a bass guitar are the same, and 4-string bass anyway, which is the standard normal bass. The strings are the same as on a regular guitar, in as much as you get the bottom E, and you've got the A, you've got the D, and you've got the G. So it just doesn't have the B string and the top E. So, and the chords are exactly the same as well as on a regular guitar, so it makes it a little bit easier to deal with. Right, I'm going to put on the G string, and this one you do have to make sure you don't forget the string tree. The string tree is this little thing here, and the string needs to go under it before it goes up to the capstan there. You'll see that in just a moment. I won't keep you very long on this one. It's going to be a short video. Right, here we go. And I'm going to put a very slight kink in the very end of it. Like that. And I'll tell you why. It's so that it will, when I put it over the bridge, in the bridge and over the saddle like this, it just sits in the groove. Otherwise the string's hard to get out. So get it over the saddle. Right, so there we are. Now, to stretch the string out and going to cut it 5 inches. I've got this little ruler here which I've taped off at the 5-inch mark. Because this is the highest on the headstock, actually very little needs to be cut off at all. Actually just at that bend. So get my cutters. I'm going to need cutters for this job. So it's going to cut it right there. And see this. I'm going to feed the string right in the center of the capstan. See, it goes right in the center of the capstan like that. And then I'm going to bend it down. See if you can see that. I'm going to do 2 winds of this, 1 and do another wind of it. This one isn't going to do this. Make sure it's under it, and then it needs to be under that string tree. Let's see that. Let's go under that string tree. Then anti-clockwise, just wind it. No need to have the string winder is pointless on this, to be honest with you. So you don't have to wind it that much. Just make sure it's settling down. Yeah. And then we bring it up to pitch. Let's put a tune in here. Just see. This would be G. F sharp. That's approximately it. And we have to stretch the string now. I'll show you that entails. Hold it and stretch. If you don't stretch the string, you won't break it. It'll just keep going out of tune, and then be flat. So then we just go back up to pitch again. Which I can't see. It's bottom here. Hey. D. G. It's already gone flat. Stretch the G string again some more. Let's test it again. Flat. Stretch it in the D. It's the G. And there, I can get the camera up, destroying everything. There, my friends, we have the guitar restrung and in tune. Probably going to need a little bit more stretching, but here it is. Back in working order. Looking a whole lot better than it did earlier on today. I'm not going to play it right now. I don't actually play bass guitar, but I have a friend who does. I'm hoping that I can persuade him to play this instrument in a day or two's time so that you can actually hear what it sounds like in anger. But here it is. It actually looks quite good now, a lot better than it did just this afternoon. Thanks for watching. It's John Ruffle. How to refurb and restring a P bass guitar. Thank you. God bless.